Yo, 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 what's going on, you guys? It's your boy 3 Stacks in this thing, baby, representing Team Kings of Games, and today I'm going to be updating my Monarchs. This deck is one of the decks on my channel that every time I upload it, it gets mad love and a lot of views. People just really love my mindset approaching Monarchs, and they love my profiles, and I'm more than happy to update them whenever I get the chance. So I still play it the same way I've been playing it for a long time. You guys have been seeing Monarch hand loops for me for over a year. So the way I play them is I really take advantage of cards like Thessalos and also Baby Thessalos so that I can get information, burn my opponent, take their important combo pieces, and do it again on my opponent's main phase. So the full combo, this deck's full combo is not only to domain lock them out of their extra deck, but it's to rip 3 cards out of their hand. 2 cards on my turn and another card on my opponent's main phase via escalation, tribute summoning for a Thessalos on my opponent's main phase, ripping another card out of their hand. So you do a 3-card hand loop and you lock them out of their extra deck. It might not be enough to be game every time, but there's a lot of decks, even some of the best decks in the format, that can't play with only half a hand while they locked out of their extra deck, still having to break your board. You'd be surprised. And the hand loop comes, it starts with, I'm going to get into the main deck, it always starts with Erebus. Erebus just shuffles a random, so I don't get the information I need, but I always started with him because he's the best 3 of in this deck. You know, Aether's at 2, and Aether's obviously the best 2 of. You know, Aether came off the ban list, not necessarily, but they bumped her to 2, might as well just put her to 3. But it always starts with Erebus because he's just the card I open with the most often. He lets you grind. In the graveyard, he has a really good effect that a lot of people forget about. He's also spot removal that does not target it, does not destroy. He's a really insane card. Erebus is not a joke, you guys. He's not a joke at all. 2 copies of Aether. Now, Aether is also insane for certain matchups like set 5 pass decks and back row heavy decks that just need to set, like the Subterra matchup. Subterra is pretty popular. There's a cool play you can do. This is something I discovered in research because I forgot the statistics of Aether, the way it applies for her effect. You can actually special dark some more from your deck off of her. And basically, while this is on the field, that entire turn your opponent won't be able to set. Then it'll go back to your hand during the end phase, and you can just summon it anyways. Like, it's really cool. So this is a really powerful target for Aether. It's a good meta call. It might not stop. It might not be the end-all be-all. It might not just end duels, but it's the fact that you can do stuff like that while you're ripping cards out of your opponent's hand and locking them out of their extra deck, and then telling them they can't set cards. It's like, I'm trying to be unfair as possible, while at the same time, I'm not trying to deviate from the trajectory and playstyle of how Monarchs are. I play domain Monarchs, not extra deck. I've always played domain. I just like it, and I like the power and the benefit of domain, just reducing the levels for lower level tributes. I also play some really off-the-wall cards just to enable my W tributes, because whenever I go full combo with this deck, I tribute summon twice. I don't tribute summon once, and that's how you do the 2-card hand loop on your turn, and then the 3rd tribute summon comes to your opponent's main phase via escalation. If you don't get to escalation, you just rip 2 and lock them out, and you do Aether on their turn. Aether Stormforth is really good too. Then we have 2 copies of Thessalos. I wish I had 3 because I would definitely play this. This would be a 3-of, but I only have 2. So as a mitigation, which actually this card's pretty good because it's a low level, you don't always have domains, so sometimes this is easier to summon. I play Baby Thessalos. These both just rip cards from your opponent's hand, give me information, especially this one just letting me look at my opponent's hand, the entire hand. It's pretty insane. So if they have evenly matched, I just take it from them. If they, you know, side deck Pankratops and stuff like that, I just take it from them. So really strong cards. And the algorithm that I applied was very adaptable for this deck and fluent because I applied the algorithm of a Cosmo deck and a Cosmo player. These are my big ships, and the little tribute guides are the basically the pilots. So I played roughly the same amount as each so that I have a higher chance of drawing in equivalents. Even if the hands don't always correspond, the thing is, you have a better chance of drawing a tribute fodder plus a tribute summon monster if you don't play too many of one and not enough of the other. I played like a 50-50 ratio. So continuing with the tribute summon guys, I played 1 Kuras. Mega Caius is another card that's really slept on. Like, every Monarch player should play this, and every time I see a profile that doesn't have them, it just really makes me sad. And personally, I play this over Erupt. People always ask 3 Stacks, where's your Erupt? And they ask, seeing a Majesty's Fiend in my list, and they still ask me, where's your Erupt? I'm like, this is my Erupt. This is better than Erupt. Erupt only stops monster on the field. This doesn't even let dangers reveal themselves in hand. This stops monsters from activating everywhere. Banish zone, grave, hand, deck, it don't matter. Erupt is not that good because why? Salamangreats can just activate Foxy and Grave. Foxy can resolve and Grave, pop your Erupt. They can't do that with Majesty's Fiend up. Why don't you play Vanity's Fiend 3 Stacks? Because Majesty's in Domain is literally just like that. Like, the only summoning your opponent can do is from the main deck, and it's going to be really hard for them to do that. They can't reveal Bigfoot. You can't activate monster effect. So you have to like literally find a way to get a monster that's big enough to just kill over this. And you also still have Escalation, and you'll have Aether for Disruption. So like if they kill this, you can just, after it dies, then you can activate your Aether monster effect, Stormforth them, clean their clocks. So yeah, I like this over Monarchs Erupt. So, you know, to each his own. You want to play Erupt, you think Erupt's better, that's fine. I think this is way better, and it's searchable, and you can add it from grave to hand off of Erebus. It's really insane. Vanity's Fiend is good too, but I just like Majesty's Domain. I feel like it's counterintuitive to play Vanity's Fiend in a Domain Monarch deck when you're already locking them out of the primary summoning. Because if you look at the meta and the format, I'm telling you, a vast majority of the special summoning comes from the extra deck in the first place. It's just, you know, like Pure Thunder. Like, if you lock them into their main deck, there's not much they can do. Pendulums have a better chance because they can Pendulum summon from hand, but Majesty's Fiend just says no. Like, it's so good. Next up, we have 3 copies of Idea. Remember, the ratio on this, it was just about 13, and that's the algorithm I applied. It's like a Cosmo algorithm, like big ships and pilots. Those are my big ships, these are my pilots. So I played 3 Ideas, I played 3 copies of Eidos, and you guys might think I'm crazy, but I played 3 Mithra. I've always played 3 Mithra. I like this card. I like cards that give me extra tributes because my full combo is to tribute summon twice, and it's going to be for Aether and then Thessalos and then Thessalos again. So you want to use the Return of the Monarchs to search your Thessalos out, and basically that's how you're just going to keep doing your combo. And also I played 3 copies of Dogman. It's a good extender. It has the Monarch statistics. We know it can be searched. These are my 12 starters. The problem with Monarchs is they break so much when you open a monster that can be tribute summoned without the tribute fodder, or you open the tribute fodder without the tribute summon. This list is nearly perfect because I don't run into that problem. Like, I really enjoy it. Something else I've been considering because of how many darks I have is I've been considering putting Allure Darkness back in the main deck because I've got 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 targets. So I've been debating, because 11 targets for me was good enough. I'm still debating on it just for more draw power. But the deck doesn't really struggle in that regard. I just wanted more draw power. Then for the spells, I play 3 copies of Domain of the Monarchs. I played 3 copies of Stormforth. And also, I played 3 copies of Tenacity. This is pretty much your 4 Pantheisms. Pantheism is still insane, you guys. Can't wait for the card to come back at 3. Monarchs will be at full power again one day. And, you know, like Necros are going to get all their cards back, you know. Cosmo's pretty much got all the Cosmo stuff back, even though E-Telly's still at 1. And, you know, BAs, we're going to get Sur and Graph back eventually. Trust me, it's going to happen. But you have your 4 Pantheisms. We also have the 3 Returns. These cards just search out the combo pieces you need so you can do your hand loop. I also play Rhoda and the 1-for-1. These are 5 more Ideas. And then I played 2 copies of Foolish Burial Goods. It's pretty flexible. I'm sorry, I'm yawning, I'm tired, I'm really sleepy. You can use Foolish to dump Pantheism, or you can use it to dump Prime. I only play 2 because there gets to a point in the duel where you literally, every target that you would dump off of this, it can already be sent. Because once you get yourself established, Erebus and Erebus and Aether dump the targets from your deck to your grave anyway. So I just play the 2, because after you resolve it once, every one that you draw after that, it's kind of like, you can already do it but better, because Erebus sends 2, and that's just way better. For the traps, I only played 2 Prime, not 3, just 2, and I played the 1 Escalation. I don't play March right now, just because I really haven't struggled in that regard, playtesting. But if you guys are scared of, you know, certain matchups, you can play March on the Monarchs, just so you can have the ultimate lock. When you have, like, Majesty's Fiend and Domain and March, that's just... I'm sorry, guys. It's a really, really hard lock to break. But, yep, that concludes my deck profile, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is an update on Monarch HANDLOOP. You guys got my insight and my mindset on this. I see how other people play Monarchs. I think this is the correct way, but I don't say it in regards to say everybody's playing it incorrect. I just feel personally that this is probably one of the most competitive ways you can play Monarchs, and one of the most unfair and degenerate ways you can do it. Just ripping cards from your opponent's hand and locking them out after that, instead of just locking them out and let them open 6 cards in hand, which is a lot of chances that they can break your board. But when you're looking at their hand, obviously you know whether or not they have the answer, and you get to rip the answer out of their hand. You get to discard it. So if they hard draw that out, you just take it from them anyways. That's another reason why I haven't really thought March was necessary. But again, thank you guys so much, and you will be hearing from me soon. Peace out, baby.